guys, we're back and we're going to talk about flexible dieting for my fellow primates. Okay, so what is if it fits your macros / flexible dieting? IIFYM / flexible dieting. Okay, so the idea behind this kind of thing is the fact that you have a set number of macronutrients, that being a certain number of fats, carbohydrates, and protein. Okay, the reason you have these laid out, according to your goals, according to your fitness goals, whether it be to gain weight or to lose weight. When I say gain weight, I don't mean gain body fat. I mean gain muscle size or hypertrophy. So essentially, you might change it up. So you might have what they call a 40-40-20 split for a fat loss diet. You might have 40% carbohydrate, 40% protein, and 20% fats, depending on how many calories you're consuming a day. Or you might be on a weight gaining diet, whereas essentially you're focusing on gaining weight and having more like 55% carbohydrate, 35% protein, and the remaining of fats. So essentially the idea is you want to be keeping your fats fairly low throughout and increasing your carbohydrate and a moderate amount of protein in order to build lean muscle mass. So why follow if it fits your macros flexible dieting approach? The main reason why I do it is it frees up my lifestyle a bit. I do a lot of traveling. I go around and I obviously, and I'm also out and about with friends or whatever. It makes my life a lot easier. I can go ahead and go to Nando's and go get a couple of chicken burgers, or I can go to Grilled, or I can or if I'm in America, I can go to Polo Tropical or any of those kind of places, Denny's, all those good stuff, and I can count the nutritional information based on what the company supplies. Now, having said that, obviously the nutritional information that they give you is not always 100% accurate. So keep it in mind that it's not 100% perfect. Now, obviously, it's a better approach than doing the bro. In my opinion, it's a little bit better than doing the bro foods diet in terms of eating 100% clean all the time. The reason being for one or two factors is the fact that A, you're getting a wide variety of different foods in your diet, a lot more so than say a very, very clean diet. And that's going to obviously improve and enhance your strength and your training, and it's also going to help you, in a health sense too. You're going to have a range to a lot more different macronutrients, micronutrients, and different glycemic indexes and things like that. So, different types of carbohydrates are going to affect your body over the period, and it's just going to help you a lot better. It also. One of the downsides to it though is you have to really pay attention to the level of sodium that goes into your body. So obviously when you're eating out, foods are a lot more salty or have more sodium and things like that. And obviously to give you that nicer taste, to give you that satisfying taste, that however they pronounce it, whatever. So keep it in mind that it's not for everybody. And if you're about to step on a stage, obviously you wouldn't take this approach. This is more like an off-season kind of approach. You're focusing more on building mass, and you're obviously counting everything, and you're obviously being very careful. But at the same time, you're, it's how can I put it? It helps you be more flexible anyway. So one of the advantages of if it fits your macros / flexible dieting is that you can say, for example, going to McDonald's and get away with eating 2 quarter pounders, right, in the day. Now, a lot of people say, well, how can you do that? You can't do that. You're going to get fat. You can't eat McDonald's. It's unhealthy. Blah, blah, blah. Okay, but let me tell you something, for example. let me highlight something for example, if you were to go in and get some beef from McDonald's, obviously it's got some trans fat in the beef. Sure, it's not that healthy for you, right? But the small number of unhealthiness of it is not going to affect you. As long as your diet is relatively healthy and clean, you're still getting your vegetables in, you're still getting fruit, you're still getting all micronutrients from superfoods like blueberries, nuts, all those kind of healthy things. Things like eating out a little bit from time to time is certainly not gonna break the bank. Okay. A lot of people have this misconception that if I touch unhealthy food ever in my life, that I'm just all of a sudden going to get fat. This is more or less a psychological issue. When you start fitness and nutrition, when you start into this sort of thing, you get into this physiological or psychological mindset to say that if I touch anything besides fish, chicken, broccoli or rice, and maybe sweet potato, then everything else, or brown rice, everything else I eat is totally unhealthy, right? Wrong. Okay, you need a wide variety of foods in your diet to be properly healthy. Okay, there's no such thing as like an unhealthy food. What there is unhealthy diets, or everyone's on a diet. There is no such thing as I'm on a diet, you're on a diet, whatever. Everyone is on a diet. Okay, whether it be to gain weight or to lose weight, there is some sort of diet. You're eating some sort of food. If you're not eating food, you die. So everyone is on a diet for starters. Okay, keep that in mind. Second of all thing is, too much of one thing or too much of a bad thing can make or break a diet. So obviously, if you have too much pasta or too much pizza or too much donuts or too much of anything, too much of fatty foods in general, then obviously that is going to affect how you look and your overall health and everything else. So it's all about balance, and a lot of people misunderstand that, and things like sugar is not always the enemy, although it doesn't help. You kind of want to keep things like sugar low, sodium low, things of that nature. One of the reasons why you want to keep sugar low is for keeping your insulin sensitivity. So you basically want to make sure that you're sensitive to insulin. So, for example, that after a workout, when you eat, as we know, obviously that's one of the most important times to eat, is your body sucks in all the nutrients into your body. So it's insulin ready, and it's you're prepping yourself up to be able to take in all those nutrients into your body and be able to rebuild yourself anabolically. I guess that's one of the key components of it. So can you lose weight on IIFYM macros, flexible dieting? Yeah, of course you can. Everyone can. Essentially all you need to do is be in a caloric deficit. Same as if you want to gain weight or gain muscle size, you need to be in a caloric surplus. It doesn't matter if you eat nothing but healthy foods or nothing but brown rice, chicken and broccoli. It doesn't matter if you're eating McDonald's every day, KFC, right? Or Popeye's chicken, right? It doesn't really matter. What matters is that you're in a caloric deficit. So you can have majority of your diet being all fats and very little protein and very little carbohydrate. Now, obviously, that's going to be really poor for you in terms of training and gaining muscle. But essentially, you will lose weight. So, IIFYM macros is a good approach if you're someone like me who doesn't really want to have the restriction of going out with friends or going out and just living a normal lifestyle. It makes your life a hell of a lot easier. Okay, stay tuned.